We're going live where we're just waiting for Cedro. So we're just going to do some broken sword while we wait for Cedro to get done with his morning. And then we'll do some Space Marines. Yeah. Right. Let me just get my channel up though so I can see the chat. Y'all better not be saying rude things in the chat while I'm not there. Don't you do that. Don't say things. Alright, I'm here now. Opportunity was over. There was nobody there. Okay. Right, so where will we? Oh yeah. We're in the museum.
The case contained the tripod shown on the manuscript. The totem pole looked distinctly out of place in the setting of the museum.
Yeah, look right there.
It was a tapestry of a lady, a lion, and a unicorn. If I'd had more time, I could have stared at it all day.
Staring. Oh, God.
There was nothing in the urn.
God.
Pardon me. Oui, monsieur?
Are you Lobino?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
He is
But
an
Lobino does work
ordinary
here.
custodian.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
Cedro looked as well as traps as well. From French people. Okay, what about this tripod?
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John D.
Holy crap. The tractor maker? Nice.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
Not this sausage.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar. Though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar. Not like Monsieur Lobino.
Ollier. Okay. What do you think about this tissue, though?
What do you make of this tissue?
It is absolutely disgusting, monsieur.
Merci. Oui, it is disgusting. I will put this back in my pocket.
What can you tell me about the collection of coins?
A rare example of silver coinage from the reign of Philippe le Bel. That little old lay buried for centuries in a field on the outskirts of Paris. They are unique. Nothing like them has been found anywhere else in Europe.
Who was Philippe le Bel?
You don't know? Philippe IV, the King of France.
Wasn't he the guy who wiped out the Knights Templar?
I have no idea, monsieur. All I know is he was King of France. I don't even know why he was called Philippe le Bel.
Vive la France.
What can you tell me about the collection of pottery?
Those are remains of pots used by the original inhabitants of Paris. The Paris pot people.
When did they move out?
15,000 years ago, monsieur.
Oui.
Vanished in the mists of time. Didn't even have time to pack up their pots.
Oh my God. The horror.
I thought the original inhabitants of Paris were a tribe known as the Parisi.
That is right, monsieur. renowned for their pots. You see, in those days,
Okay.
people didn't have much in the way of possessions. A few flints, some animal skins,
See?
maybe the odd bone or two. Naturally, when the Parisi came along with their pots, why, everybody wanted one.
I guess they must have caused a kind of consumer frenzy.
Yeah, oui, they connect the market, cleaned up.
There you go. Early pot making for money.
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century, the Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist?
Learning
Escapologists
this
use
stuff.
ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
Well, whatever he was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform with his
I
tripod?
mean, you got it.
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we skipped over thaumatology. Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
What? Get it out of the case? Ah, no. That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How sophisticated?
A painfully loud alarm bell.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
The sign on the tripod says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does.
Yeah, it doesn't mention John Dee at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Well, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied art and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on. You don't know the first thing about those pots, do you?
No, monsieur.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. Is there any reason why I should?
I guess not. Do you recognize this red nose?
I don't think so.
What does this tool mean to you?
That belongs in a museum.
Pardon?
It is a priceless historical artifact, if I am not mistaken.
No, it's a plain old tool for lifting drain covers.
You dummy. You stupid god. Look at this.
Do you recognize this ID pass?
No.
Doesn't even recognize it. What about the map?
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Oh, no. I don't frequent places like that.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
Thanks for your help. The rod turned smoothly, and the window above me opened. I tried to sneak my hand inside while the guard wasn't looking, but the case was locked. The case contained a collection of rocks. They were all shapes and colors, but they were still rocks. Above them, a sign read, L'Âge Paléolithique. It was an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus with a beautifully painted effigy of its owner on the lid. It was a large brass urn. It was a statue from ancient Egypt. Those old civilizations sure could teach us a few things about art and beauty. I tried to raise the glass cover of the case, but it didn't budge. This is ridiculous. I could be here for hours. It was a stone carving from ancient Egypt. The tripod was definitely the one on the manuscript. The Templar connection confirmed it. I was tempted to go to Ireland to check it out. Several hours later, I arrived in Ireland, the Emerald Isle. I'd been lucky to get a bus from Dublin to the tiny village of Lochmarne. On the way out, the driver told me there was only one service a day. It was a trap door in the sidewalk. The menu was limited. It read, "No food today." I didn't care. I'd lost my appetite somewhere over the Irish Sea. It was a featureless plastic box firmly attached to the wall of the building. The lad was doing his best to express his adolescent aggression. His effort was somewhat diminished by the fringe of milk on his lightly feathered upper lip. Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
I'm George Stobart, and I'm with the good guys.
You're a head case, mister. A few sandwiches short of the picnic.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
Yeah, look a while.
I'm on the run from me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I, see what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year. Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
Yeah.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. It's just like that film I saw. There's this clown, see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
My God, that doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No, only...
What?
Oh, nothing.
What's up?
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No,
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
What's wrong
I'll
with the
give you
castle?
one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Plastic
Then
one.
I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a ghost. It's called the Phantom of Lochmarn.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of
Awful.
noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worse. It was coming from inside the castle.
Inside the castle there, so it was.
Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but me legs had lost their stuffing.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
There is. The bloody place is haunted.
Take a look at this, McGuire.
It's an ID card. What of it?
Ever heard of Thomas Merlin or the Gruber Electronics Corporation?
No,
What does this tissue mean to you?
nothing.
Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy character.
Ah!
No,
Ah!
I never seed him.
I got up early. I went shopping. I had lunch. I'm done.
Give me your hand.
Get lost.
Oh, I
Oh,
think
come
we
on.
can
I just want to
both
show you a
use
little
fire.
trick.
I'm not sure.
No way, mister. I don't do tricks. Father Mahoney told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
I just want to shake your hand, that's all.
Oh, all right.
Gotcha. Neat, huh?
Didn't feel a thing.
I thought you were going to say coffee or something. Okay.
Do you recognize this matchbook, McGuire?
No, sir. I never seen it before in my life.
What do you think this tool is used for?
Lifting drains.
Dead right. How did you know that?
Work experience course at school. They gives me a choice of going down the drains or up the chimney.
You're kidding. See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
There you go. Yeah, I'm just playing some Broken Sword until you can. Yeah.
The young red-haired guy was plainly nervous about something. Perhaps he felt threatened by the presence of a handsome dude like me. There was a vacant look on his cow-like face that said quite clearly, "Nobody home." His elbow rested on an obviously soggy piece of towel. The guy with the fiddle seemed oblivious to everything except his
I
playing.
want to
Meanwhile, everyone else in the bar seemed
clear the
oblivious
decks
to
a little,
him.
see if I can find some boots. This guy.
Top of the morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
That's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could. If you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the undertaker comes to collect him.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
In other words, it's flat and worn with bits in, and sticks you for a logo.
Have you served any, clowns recently?
No, you're the first today.
Seriously, I'm looking for a man dressed in a clown costume.
Would he be having a little white dog with a black patch over the eye?
I shouldn't think so. What can you tell me about the castle?
You're the second person to ask me that today. I don't know anything about the castle. It's only an old ruin anyway.
Hello. Sorry. Tangled up. Right. God damn, that's quick.
Who else was asking about the castle?
He said he was a reporter. He was asking about the little people.
I could have told him a tale or two about the little people. He might have paid me to hear what he wanted me to say.
Anyway, I chucked him out on his arse.
Good for you, Meg. That's the way to deal with journalists.
Cover boy's dad. Good idea. Yeah, it worked. Sorry, I got that.
Thanks.
Well, you won't be tiny in this game. I don't know how we're going to meet up, but like, it is cross-platform, yeah? We are going to be fine. Okay. I'll trust everybody. I'll trust everyone. Just put in the glass. Oh. Yes, sir. It just seemed like a console game. Okay, I'm gonna stop this stream and then I will be back, guys, with the bereaved. Yeah, well, I was just streaming some